Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Pineview Cemetery and this small area. It's a very important area. In this lot right here are the remains of 11 residents of the Glens Falls Home. They are Eunice Church, that's me, Frances Gilbert, Emma Martin, Clara E. Rude, Mary Swisher, Maria Pelkey, Frances Purse, Charlotte Ide, Jenny Mae Finkel, Margaret Challinor, and Jane E. Pierce. Now, many of you have heard much about the Glens Falls Home, or as it's often called, the Glens Falls Home for Aged Women. As I said before, my name is Eunice Church, and I have the distinction of being among the very first residents of the home, being admitted on July 12, 1899. Oh, what a fateful day that was for me.
Well, excuse me for interrupting. My name is Frances Gilbert, and I don't remember you. You know, I was admitted on February 14th, 03. That's 19 and 3 for your modern information. Well, anyway, that was a few days after the grand opening ceremonies on February 9th, 19 and 3 of the grand, beautiful residence.
Well, if you will allow me to continue with my part of the story, you might be able to understand.
Well, I'm very sorry.
You might be interested to know that I was born in the town of Chester. Like so many others of that era, I did not have a lot of schooling. I struggled all my life to make ends meet. The only thing I knew how to do well was to clean and keep house. So that is how I earned my living until well after my 70th birthday. Perhaps the reason you do not remember me is that I only lived at the home for 2 years. So you see, I was not privileged to be in the new brick home, but I did know it was being built. When I was admitted, we residents lived in a lovely older home in the same general area of Warren Street, which, believe it or not, had been generously donated.
Oh, saints be preserved. That's truly amazing. There must be more to this story.
Oh, indeed there is. For many years, as far back as 1897, there had been much discussion among area residents and members of several area churches as to the need for such a home for women like us. One such resident, Mary Conkling, was determined to make her dream of a home for needy women become a reality. To that end, she offered to donate her own home and all the property around it on the corner of Warren and McDonald Streets.
Well, I'll be. So, is that where you lived then?
Yes, indeed. I did not enter the home until July 12, 1899, but there were 6 other residents when it opened on June 26. Oh, it was a big to-do, let me tell you.
How big? I'd like to hear about it.
Would you believe that over 2,000 people came to the open house that evening?
2,000? Oh, I can't imagine. The traffic, the horses, the carriages. It must have been terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. Terribly exciting. I have this clipping from a local paper that proves it. The home opened on the evening of June 26, 1899, with at least 2,000 people present. The program was presided over by Merritt Ames, with 4 local clergymen giving speeches. The Glens Falls Band played a musical program. Refreshments were served. Now, do you believe it?
Of course I believe you. It must have been a grand event.
Oh, indeed it was. I was so very grateful to have a safe, comfortable place to live until my demise at age 75.
Sure, and I do apologize. I know exactly what you mean. You know, I do remember what I had heard about the old home. It was the same site where Abraham Wing once had a log cabin. I have a bit of a tale to tell you myself, if you don't mind.
Oh, be my guest.
Well, I was an unemployed widow, having come over from Ireland in 1885. I'm Irish, you see. Glory be, you must have noticed. Well, in any case, I lived with my sister, Susanna Dolan, and her family. A few of them worked down there in the shirt factory. Well, as I told you before, my time to come to the Glens Falls Home was in 1903, and it was a few days after the grand opening. I was so proud and excited to be one of the first 14 inmates of the grand residence. Oh, did I tell you that William McEachran, a very well-known local businessman, graciously donated $30,000 to build the new building. It was like finding a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, right there on Warren Street.
Oh, lucky you. Who designed the building? It sounds so elaborate.
Oh, well, we were told that William Ephraim B. Potter, and he was chosen from the local prominent architects, you see. And A.W. Thompson was the actual builder of the building. It was a magnificent showplace, right from the handsome brick exterior to the warm cherry wood interior.
Oh, I wish I could have seen it.
Oh.
What about the floor plan?
The floor plan, I was just about getting to that now. Well, we had 13 bedrooms, a huge living room, a spacious dining room. Oh, we had handsome fireplaces and beautiful staircases, and a lovely little library full of books and magazines, and the radio was in there too.
Oh, I would have loved that library. Could have spent all day there.
Oh, I did, and I loved it too. But you know, like you, my time was short. It wouldn't be 3 years before I turned me toes up and came here to meet me maker.
Well, excuse me, but I was listening to you two, and I wondered if I might be able to add some more information. You see, I was admitted years later than you two, in 1933 to be precise.
1933?
Yes. My name is Margaret Challinor, and I was a widow, originally from the state of Pennsylvania. And like Miss Church, I was also a housekeeper for several nice area families. But unlike you two, I spent 17 memorable years as an inmate on Warren Street. You must remember, that's what residents were called, inmates.
17 years.
And you know, from the very first day, gifts of all kinds began pouring in from all over the entire area. Oh, there were many, many gifts of cash. People were so generous.
Yes, they are.
But there were also gifts of food, furniture, clothing, carpets. Why, one gracious lady actually donated her very own dining room furniture.
Well, I'll be. Really?
Even ice was donated. Can you imagine that?
Ice?
Yeah. And the gifts, why, they just continued for over 100 years.
100 years. It kept on going.
Yes.
Oh.
And in the 17 years I was an inmate, the day-to-day management and operations were seamless. There was always a superintendent present and at least 2 or more staff workers. It was governed by 2 boards, an all-male board to oversee the financial matters, and of course a volunteer female board to take care of the actual day-to-day operations.
No surprise there. Anyhow, did you have strict house rules?
Oh, I bet we had the same ones. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. Mrs. Conklin had expressed a desire to have both men and women as residents.
Oh, I heard about that, but it was vetoed. Just as well.
Oh, those house rules were really strict, though. If you wanted to go out in the evening, you had to ask permission. Someone must always accompany you. You were expected to keep your rooms neat and clean and to be at meals promptly.
Of course.
And the rules were so strict. Do you know they had lights out at 9 p.m.?
Yes.
I do admit I was guilty of a few lapses when I heard about them.
Glory be.
Do you know I lived until 1950?
1950?
Yes. Long enough to listen to the radio, talk on the telephone, ride in cars, see airplanes flying high in the sky, and even see movies. Why, in my day, we had flush toilets and electric lights. That was the ultimate luxury.
Flush toilets.
Even live entertainment was brought in for us to enjoy. Do you know, I can remember one night, one of our inmates, Charlotte Ide was her name. She sang a song. I can still hear it today. Swanee River. She had the most beautiful voice.
Oh, I wish I could have heard her.
And I'm sure there are many more stories about the Glens Falls Home. But it was sure nice spending a few moments of remembrance with you today.
Maybe they'll invite us back sometime.
Oh, and once again, we, all of us here in this plot, are so very grateful to so many generous, dedicated, hardworking people who made it possible for us and all these other inmates to spend our final days in safety and comfort in the Glens Falls Home for Aged Women.
And thank you, nice people, for listening to us old biddies. Thank you. Good day.